Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com. Let's talk a little bit more about green aligner cases or green light aligner cases. If you want to know what a green light aligner case is, I have a ton of content on this. You can go to my YouTube channel, which is Straightsmile Solutions. Put in the keyword green and it should pop up, or green aligner or green light. And over time, especially if you take a look at all the videos on my Invisalign and clear aligner playlists, you will start to understand a little bit more about what a green light aligner case is and why you want to initially choose these, and how you cannot rely on services like Invisalign GO to pick them out. The best way to do this is to work with an orthodontist. There's a bunch of us out here that will work with you one-on-one for a month, for 2 months, for 3 months, one time. Over time, there's only so many different iterations of cases that you're gonna see of malocclusion. You're gonna start to know the pitfalls, the risks, the traps, the tricks, to know which cases are easy and which aren't. If you find a true green light aligner case, you can use any aligner company that's out there, pretty much. I mean, for the most part, not any. But some of the ones I recommend for green light, of course, is going to be Invisalign, ClearCorrect, White Label. I use Global for my White Label, Spark. But there's other ones, First Class. There's so many different ones that are out there that are really good products that you can use with green light cases. They mean, set it and forget it. These are going to be easy, breezy cases. I don't know that you guys have that much trouble finding the easy ones, but I think sometimes you think ones that are easy that aren't. So that's why I really want you to take a look at all my videos. I'm going to talk about specifically today, not what is a green light case, because I have a ton of content on that already. I'm going to talk about free Invisalign ClinCheck 6.0 resources to help you learn to identify if you're too cheap to work with an orthodontist. So if you're too cheap and if you have this technology in your practice, this can help you identify green light cases. So the number one, of course, you do need to have a ClinCheck. You need to have an iTero so you can do ClinChecks. And I'm talking about Invisalign because the outcome simulator is not available on Trios or Medit, and you can't use those with Invisalign. Ideally, it's a 5.0, but we can work with a 2 refurbished. You need to be using the Invisalign Practice app in order to take your photos. That is super duper important. If you do not use that to take your photos, and it is free, and you get it for free as long as you're an Invisalign doctor, you will not be able to use these resources. So make sure you're using that. If you don't know how to use that, I have content on that. Look up Invisalign Photos or Invisalign Practice app, and I have content on that within my channel. The other thing you need to have is a CBCT machine. I don't really care what type it is. If you're not sure which ones pair with ClinCheck 6.0, contact Invisalign and ask them. They will give you a list of what's acceptable and what isn't. Your first cases can be a little clunky trying to upload the CBCT. Don't ask me, because you need to ask someone at Invisalign, because it always is clunky. Everybody I've talked to has had a hard time the first time. But once you get it down, just because there's so many different pieces of technology and so many plates and so many different fields, it's really easy to upload. Then what's going to happen is you're going to be able to put the CBCT in the plan. If you don't know what that means, you should check out all the content I have on CBCT in the plan, or CBCT, Invisalign. Look at all the content I have on that. That is going to basically show you if this is possible. If you throw the plan in and you're seeing fenestrations and those little red outlines and those warning red lines that you're expanding beyond the biologic width, and you're perfing through the bone on the buccal or on the labial, well, guess what? That's not a green light case. So, and I do identify green light cases as 2 to 3 millimeters of crowding or spacing. So this can really help you not misstep in picking green light cases. Now, it's okay if you're doing yellow light cases. I don't have a problem with that, but you need to either be working with an orthodontist if you don't have a ton of experience, or you need to be using these resources so that you know how to move the teeth without pushing through the bone, without devitalizing, and without causing mobility, because there's no way you can tell with a regular ClinCheck or even other aligner companies. This CBCT in the plan is incredibly powerful. Now, me as an orthodontist, we didn't have this, with our braces, all these, so I'm really good at knowing what to do, but that's just my experience of treating, 50,000, 100,000 cases, both directly and indirectly over the last 20 years. I know what I'm doing. I'm not gonna screw you up, but a lot of you guys don't wanna work with an orthodontist because you think it costs too much money. It really doesn't. Personally, I think not screwing up your first 50 cases and having peace of mind and understanding and learning and having your whole team have a resource is totally valuable, and you can do it for very low cost. But if you're too cheap, make sure you do it the way I just mentioned. All right, thanks so much.